Good morning, students. So this is unit 1, the living world. The heading is a kingdom of classification. All of you take your page number 6 in your biozoology book. Okay. What is a kingdom of classification? So the kingdom of classifications, it will be depend on organisms were classified into 2 kingdoms or 3 kingdoms. It may be up to now still we have to using a 7 kingdoms of classification. So what is that? 3 kingdom of classification. This was proposed by as Ernest Haeckel. So in this classification, some of the points are missing in your book, but you have to getting a knowledge. I refer from based on this NEET syllabus. Okay. So what are the 3 kingdom classification? It's include that as a Protista and Plantia and Animalia. The Protista is a unicellular organisms. Okay. Plantia is that all plants, and Animalia, so this is that all animals. So these 3 is included in the 3 kingdom classification by Ernest Haeckel at 1866. Okay. What is 4 kingdom of classification? So these are the 4 kingdom of classification was the term is coined by this is a Copeland at 1956. So in this scientists they have two kingdom of classification is classified as 4. One is that is a Monera, next Protista, next is Metaphyta and Metazoa. So the Monera, it's only in that is a prokaryotic organisms, and Protista, that is that primitive eukaryotes, that is plant cells, and Metaphyta under this, that is advanced eukaryotic animals, and Metazoa, it's that undergo the advanced eukaryotic cells. Okay, so these are the 4 kingdom of classifications. Next is the 5 kingdom of classification. This is very important. In our book they have to include it. Who was proposed to the 5 kingdom of classification? That is R.H. Whittaker. Who was proposed to the 5 kingdom of classification? That is R.H. Whittaker. Okay, so in these kingdoms he defined the Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantia, Animalia. Okay, so this is a 2-mark question mark. Whittaker classification is defined the Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantia and Animalia. So it will be based on that as a cell structure and mode of nutrition, mode of reproduction and phylogenetic relationship. So these are the 4 main characteristics is based on forming a 5 kingdom classification by R.H. Whittaker. Okay, next, what are the cell type of Monera? Monera is a prokaryotic. Remaining all kingdoms, that is eukaryotes. Okay, the cell wall is a non-cellular type in Monera, and present in some of them it's a Protista, absent in Animalia. Okay, next is body organization. So the Monera is a cellular and Protista it's a cellular. The fungi is a multicellular tissue, and Plantia is a tissue organ, and Animalia is a tissue organ system. Okay, so next is mode of nutrition. So the mode of nutrition, Monera is a autotrophic heterotrophic. Protista is a autotrophic heterotrophic. Fungi is a heterotrophic. Plantia is a autotrophic, and Animalia is a heterotrophic. Okay, so these are the 5 kingdom of classification. The classified of this 5 kingdoms in your textbook page number 7. So this is not clear means you have to refer your textbook page number 7 ma. Next is 6 kingdom of classification. The 6 kingdom of classification is that bacteria, archaea, Protista, fungi, Plantia and Animalia. So these are the 6 kingdom of classification is given by Cavalier Smith. Cavalier Smith revised the 6 kingdom classification into forming a seventh kingdom of classification. Okay, the seventh kingdom of a classification undergo eubacteria, archaebacteria, and protozoa, and next is chromista, fungi, plantia, and animalia. So the concept of the super kingdom was introduced into the seven kingdom classification. Okay, in seven kingdom classification, they have to introduce the super kingdom. What is a super kingdom? So the first one super kingdom is a prokaryotic and eukaryote. So these are the two super kingdoms is included in the is a seventh kingdom of classification. Okay, so totally it is having a seven kingdom. The first prokaryotic kingdom, it's conclude that is a eubacteria and archaebacteria. Remaining, it's a second super kingdoms of a eukaryote. It will be concludes that it's a protozoa, chromista, fungi, plantia, and animalia. Can you understand? These are the two kingdom, three kingdom, up to seven kingdom of classifications. Can you understand? Next we studied about that as a three domains of life. What is three domain classification? So it's to account on the molecular level of DNA and RNA identification. The advancement in molecular techniques and biochemical assays. So these are the advancement. It has to lead a new classification. So that is a new classification is named as the three domain classification. Okay. Three domains of classification was proposed by Carl Woese and his co-workers. Okay, so they have to classify based on this organisms is difference in 16S rRNA genes. Underline pa, how they have to forming a three domains of life classified organisms is based on is the differences in 16S rRNA. Okay, so they have to identify the prokaryotic 16S rRNA, eukaryote 16S rRNA, archaebacteria 16S rRNA. So based on this to forming a three domains of life. Can you understand? So the three domain systems, it adds the taxon domain. So the domain is that is placed in the taxonomy that is higher than the kingdom. Where it is placed the domain ma? That is placed on the higher than the kingdom. Okay, so this system is emphasizes the separation of prokaryotes into two domains. What is this? Prokaryotes, it will be separated into two. One is bacteria and archaea, and remaining all the eukaryotes are placed in the domain eukarya. Okay, what are the two separations of prokaryotes ma? One is archaea, another one is bacteria. Okay, now how forming separate domain of archaea? ஏன் வந்து டொமைன் ஆர்கியான்னு ஒரு இதை வந்து நம்ம ஃபார்ம் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா, ஸோ த ஆர்கியா அப்பியர்ஸ் ஹாவ் மோர் காமன் இன் யூகேரியா கம்பேர் தென் த பாக்டீரியா. ஓகே, ஸோ பாக்டீரியாவை கம்பேர் பண்ணுறப்ப யூகேரியாவோட இது வந்து காமன் ஃபியூச்சர் அப்பியரன்ஸ் இருக்குது ஆர்கியா. பட் where it is archaea domain, it will be differ from bacteria and eukarya na. So archaeaவோட bacterial archaeaவோட செல் வாலும் பாக்டீரியாவோட செல் வால் காம்போசிஷன் எப்படி இருக்கும்னா டிஃபராக இருக்கும். ஸோ அதுலேருந்து செப்பரேட் ஆகி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா டு ஃபார்மிங் எ டொமைன் ஆர்கியா ஃபார்ம் ஆயிடுச்சு. ஓகேவா? அண்ட் சேம் ஃப்ரம் பாக்டீரியா அண்ட் யூகேரியாட்ஸ் ஆர்கியா டொமைன் ஆர்கியா எப்படி ஃபார்ம் ஆச்சு அப்படின்னா, bacteria and eukaryotes membrane composition and rRNA types. So these also is different and separate domain of archaea it can be formed. Can you understand ma? So appearance that is common in eukarya than the bacteria, the archaea structure. ஆர்கியா வந்து காமனாக யூகேரியா காட்டிலும் பாக்டீரியாவை காட்டிலும் யூகேரியாவோட அப்பியரன்ஸில் இருக்குது. பட் இன் விச் கண்டிஷன் டொமைன் ஆர்கியா இஸ் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் பாக்டீரியா, தட் இஸ் அ செல் வால் காம்போசிஷன். இன் விச் கண்டிஷன் த டொமைன் ஆர்கியா விச் இஸ் டிஃபர்ஸ் ஃப்ரம் பாக்டீரியா அண்ட் யூகேரியா, தட் இஸ் மெம்பரேன் காம்போசிஷன் அண்ட் rRNA type. Can you understand? Next we studied about clearly what is the three domains in separate. Okay, so first one is domain archaea. So the domain archaea, that is the single celled organisms. Okay, the prokaryotes is a single celled organisms, so which have ability to grow in extreme conditions. These are the domain archaea is grow in extreme conditions like volcano vents, hot springs and polar ice caps. So these are the archaea that is called as the exteromorphales. Okay, so these are the archaea is synthesizing their food without sunlight. There is no need for sunlight and oxygen. So by utilizing the hydrogen sulfide and other chemicals from the volcanic vents, it can survive. Can you understand, ma? What is a domain archaea? Domain archaea is a single celled organisms. It can able to extreme conditions, so that is called as the exteromorphales. So these are the exteromorphales archaea is capable of synthesizing their food that is not using sunlight or oxygen. So they have to utilizing the hydrogen sulfate from the volcanic vents. Okay, so they have to utilizing food and it can be survived. Some of the archaea is produced methane. Okay, so that is called as a methanogens. In some of the archaea, they can able to live in salty conditions, that is called as the halophiles. Okay, in some of the archaea, it can be able to thrive in acidic environments at high temperature. Okay, that is called as the thermoacidophils. I repeat, what is archaea, ma? Archaea is a single celled organisms. Okay, so which can live able to in extreme conditions, means that is called as the exteromorphales. So these are the exteromorphales archaea synthesizing their own food utilizing a hydrogen sulfide and other chemicals from the volcanic vents. Some of them archaea is produced the methane, that is called as the methanogens. Some of the archaea it can live in salty environments, that is called as the halophils. Some of them which can thrive in acidic environments and at high temperature, that is called as the thermoacidophiles. Can you understand? Okay, next domain is domain bacteria. The domain bacteria is also a prokaryotic cells. Okay, so the prokaryotic cells have no definite nucleus, so that only it is called as a prokaryotes. Pro means primitive, karyo means nucleus, no definite nucleus. Okay, so and DNA that is exists as a circular. Okay, so bacteria having a chromosomes. So these are the chromosomes do not having histones. Histones is that amino acid proteins. Okay, the chromosomes do not have any histones protein associated with, and is also bacteria not possessing a membrane bound organelles. The bacteria is having only one membrane bound organelles, that is a ribosomes. Okay, in prokaryote having a 70S type of a ribosomes. Okay, mama. So bacteria cell wall is contains a peptidoglycans. So many are decomposers. Some of them are photosynthesizers and few causes disease. Bacteria is a decomposers and bacteria they have to photosynthesizers. What is a bacteria photosynthesizers? That is blue-green algae. Okay, later we studied. And some of them is causing a disease. So in bacteria, there is a beneficial bacteria and harmful bacteria. So the beneficial bacteria that is called as a probiotic bacteria. So which is used in our curd fermentations. Okay, and tough fermentations it used in industrial purpose. And harmful pathogenic bacteria, so which is causing a disease and diversely it will be populated. Can you understand? So this is a domain bacteria. Bacteria is a prokaryotic cells, no definite nucleus and DNA exists as circular. So chromosomes having absence of histones associated with, there is a ribosome membrane bound organelles, that is a 70S type. So these are the domain bacteria. Cell wall contains peptidoglycans, underline it, ma. And some of them are decomposers, some of them are photosynthesizers, some of them are as a few causes disease. So these are the beneficial bacteria and harmful bacteria. Beneficial is the probiotic bacteria, Harmful is a pathogenic bacteria. Can you understand? Already I said that the cyanobacteria is one of the prokaryote. So that is photosynthetic. Cyanobacteria is a blue-green algae. Okay. So which can be produce oxygen and utilizing their own food preparation. Okay. So these play a role in the changes of atmospheric oxygen levels from anaerobic to aerobic during the early geological periods. Okay, so these are the geological periods. What are the periods? Geological, zoological. So these are the periods we studied in human evolution. Okay, so during the early geological periods, the atmospheric oxygen changes level from anaerobic to aerobic. So these are the cyanobacteria of a blue-green algae. It plays a vital role. Can you understand? So what is a cyanobacteria, ma? Cyanobacteria is a blue-green algae. What is the role of this blue-green algae? It producing oxygen. Okay. Next is, what is curd? Already we studied, that is a beneficial bacteria is called as a probiotic. Curd is one of the best sources of probiotics. So it is friendly bacteria that can improve our health. Okay, what is the name of the bacteria? It helpful to milk turn into curd, that is Lactobacillus species. What is the name of the bacteria? That is Lactobacillus. Next, third domain is domain eukarya, that is eukaryotes. What is the meaning of eu? Eu is a true. Karyotes is a nucleus. Okay, eukaryotes, that is a true nucleus and is having a membrane bound organelles. All the cell organelles that will be bound on the cytoplasm. So what are the only one cell organelles is present in prokaryotes? What is ma? That is ribosomes. What is the type of ribosome is present in prokaryote? That is 70S type. Okay. So in this, the eukaryotes having a 80S type of ribosomes. Okay. So the DNA is a nucleus is arranged as in a linear chromosomes with histone proteins. Okay, those ribosomes is a 80S type in the cytosol, and the ribosomes is also present in the chloroplast and mitochondria, that is having the 70S type ribosomes. Underline it. Animals in this domain are classified under kingdoms, namely Protista, fungi, plantia and animalia. Can you understand? Now what is the differentiate between prokaryote and eukaryote, ma? So prokaryote, it's differentiate into separation of archaea and bacteria. Okay. So the prokaryote having a no definite nucleus and DNA exists as a circular. But the eukaryotes having a true nucleus and membrane bound organelles. And the prokaryotes membrane bound organelles is a 70S type and is ribosomes. So in this all organelles, membrane bound organelles, it will be bounded on the cytosol, that is a cytoplasm. So it is having a ribosomes is 80S type. Okay. So the DNA is circular. Okay. The chromosomes do not have a histones. But in eukaryotes, the DNA is a nucleus arranged as a linear chromosome with histone proteins. Okay. So only that the chloroplast, eukarya having a chloroplast and mitochondria is present in plant cells and animal cells. Chloroplast is special for plant cells. So these it having a 70S type ribosomes. What is the role of ribosomes? Ribosomes is role in protein synthesis. Okay. So these are the differentiate between archaea and eubacteria. Can you understand? These are the three domains of life. Thank you.